Welcome in again. Welcome to Ultimate Soccer. I got one question for you, and you know where you are. This is Ultimate Soccer. This is the pre-game for Wrexham taking on Grimsby Town at the Racecourse Ground. But I got a question for you. Do you want to win a dragon? Yeah, you heard right. Do you want to win a dragon? Well, stick around to the end of the show, which is not that long, which is pretty brief. But when we get to the end of it, I'll show you how you're going to win a dragon. And I'll tell you what, the next video coming up after this is all about 3D graphical printing. And you're going to love it because it's all about printing dragons. And if you're, of the Welsh clanage, then there's three colours that you love, right? Well, we got dragons in each of the Welsh national colours, which incidentally, it's not so far off from the Wrexham colours. Now, is it? So it works for both. It does work for both. And like I say, the next video is all about printing, 3D printing and the dragons. All the dragons will be given away. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you're in the Ultimate Soccer Show family, the family, then I'll send it to you free of charge. So you'll have a Christmas present from me to you in a form of a dragon. And I haven't given anything away yet. So wait till the end of the show and you'll see the dragons. But you're going to love them. We put some thought into it. And especially the colours, especially the Welsh colours. So, and there's other things too. So, like I say, next one is the video about the 3D printing. At the end of this video, we're going to give one of the baby dragons away. And I'll pick one that's suitable for the end of the show. But welcome in. It's the pre-game. It's Grimsby Town coming to town. It's going to be a tough game, I'll tell you what. But before we get into the game, and we got lots of good things to talk about, like, September, the games, the schedule, October. I'm worried about October, but I'll tell you why when it gets to it. And also, we're going to take a look at the table as well. We're going to give you the prediction as what I think is coming through too. And then we're looking at the League Two top scorers, Wrexham's complete scoring so far this season. And then we're going to take a look at the games from this weekend coming forward, the 15th and the 16th. So we've got lots to get into. It's a different angle that I'm coming from, especially when we get to the end of it, about how you can win a dragon, especially in the Welsh colours. So let's get into this. Let's get into it right now. Great little picture there. Yep, great picture. Great picture, Rosie Hughes. Cheeky little picture, eh? Way to go, Rosie. Now, the women, they've been practicing. They've been getting ready for the new season, yeah? The Adnan new season. So, let's see this much. They played Crewe Alexandra recently, and they won 7-1. 7-1, that's not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. But here's how the scoring went. At half-time, it's 2-0 to Wrexham AFC women over Crewe Alexandra women. It's 2-0 at half-time. Rosie Hughes gets one after 15 minutes. And Lily Jones also scored one as well. Now, in the second half, I think we all know that Rose is a bit of a goal machine, yeah? She's like the female Paul Mullin, for say. Well, in the second half, she bagged 4. So in the total game, she bagged 5. And Lily Jones bags 1 in each half. So that's respectable too. So on the day, 7-1 over Crewe Alexander women. Like I say, they're getting ready for the professional season. The season kicks off, and you've got to understand this now. They're going to be promoting women's football fast and furious, more so now than ever, especially after the World Cup, in keeping women's football in the picture. So all those little girls who are looking to say, to play in the local team, or girls who are ready to step up to a team, bada boom, bada bing, they're looking for this to grow, is what I'm saying. And the clubs are going to help it as well, especially Wrexham AFC. Wrexham is definitely going to help this along. So remember this, 2 calendar dates on your television. The women's Wrexham AFC team will be on television to kick off the season. The first of the game is against Swansea City. That's the September the 17th opener. That's down at the Rock. I think prices tickets are £3 adults, £1 U16s. So that's the first game of the season is going to be on TV, and that's against Swansea City, like I say, September 17th. Also, I'm going to put a link down below so you can get these games and you can also see the standings and what's going on. So I'll make life easy for you, but there's a link going down below for the women's team on this show. The next game that's going to be on TV for the women is then against Cardiff City, and that's October 8th, also down at the Rock. Again, prices Figure it out. You know what to do to get the tickets, but let's get some good crowds in there and let's shout the women along and give them some good support, because you know what? It's a great story. It really is. And then also some club news. Don't forget, second series of Welcome to Wrexham is coming along. So as you hear this, it's ready for you to stream worldwide. So worldwide Wrexham fans, get a load of that, get into it, and laugh your asses off. Moving along. Now, I'm going to go off screen for a couple of minutes, but there's some real good stuff in there. And now we're talking about September games, the schedule, results, and what's coming through in September. A look at that in detail, but more so, something about October. If you haven't looked at the schedule in much detail, you might be surprised what I have pulled out, what you're going to listen to and see of great interest, because I believe that October is going to be a hell of a tough month. You'll find out why. But we're looking at September's games. We're looking at October's games, cold October. How bad is it going to be? Then we're going to look at the table. I'll see you in 3. Okay, take a look at September. The games coming in and the games already gone. Tranmere Rovers 1-0 on the road, Prenton Park, League 2. Then we had Newcastle United under-21s at the Racecourse Ground in the EFL Trophy. Another win, 1-0. And then last time out, Doncaster Rovers at the Racecourse Ground, a 2-1 victory right at the death. My favourite player of all time, Elliot Lee, grabs a very, very big goal. He's not the only guy that scores goals, but buddy, is he ever standing on his head for this team this year. I tell you what, 6 goals in, he's the man that I thought he would be in this league, and he's really proven it. I can't wait to see Paulie Mullin start ripping it through the league again. But anyway, next game up is Grimsby Town at the Racecourse Ground one more time. Taking a look at the form, Grimsby sitting in 12th, 7 games in. 2 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss, 9 goals for, 6 against, +3, 10 points on the season so far. And in the last 5 games, 3 draws, 2 wins. It's going to be a tough game against Grimsby. I've got no doubt about that. And looking at the rest of September, they're after Edgeley Park at Stockport County, and then back at the Racecourse Ground, Crewe, Alexandra. But I want to draw your attention to October. Take a look at that. 5 road games. This is going to be a big month for Wrexham. You look at them 5 road games. Mansfield Town away, Crawley Town away, Crewe Alexandra away, Bradford City away, Notts County, Notts County away. 5 big games. I'll tell you now, if we can get 3 wins out of them 5, we'll be doing very well, and we'll be sitting high up in the league. But I tell you what, it's going to be a tough, cold October. What are your thoughts on that? And I mean, it does get a little bit better. We got 2 home games, Salford City, and then back against Sutton United at the Racecourse Ground. So 5-2 for October. If you didn't know, it's going to be an absolute toughie of a month for Wrexham. Now, taking a look at the table, things are not looking so bad, are they, eh? Sitting 7th, just 3 points off the top, 1 loss so far, 6 games undefeated, 17 scored, 15 against, +2 on the category. And so look at that, 6 games undefeated. Swindon Town, 6 games undefeated. Mansfield, 7 games undefeated. And Notts County, 6 games undefeated. So we're in good company, and it could end up becoming a bit of a real battle between 4 big teams. But as I say, Wrexham sitting 7th, things are looking good. There's the games in. But cast your minds and think about what October may well bring. Next up, Grimsby Town. So like I say, I'm a little bit not over worried, but I'm concerned about October. It will be a real test. And once we get through that, if we're still punching, let's say, in the top 3, at least the top 7, then I think that stands us in really good stead. Because like I say, 5 road games, 2 home games. That's a tough month. But it really can be what you could say a little bit of a tester to really bring up the guys even higher, to make them challenge even further and harder as the league goes through. Sometimes you need some adversity. Sometimes you need a challenge. You don't need it flatlining. And I think that what you've got there in October is a real month of where you're going to see what we've got and how far we still need to go. But don't forget, a lot of these teams, Grimsby as well, like all the other guys, they can play good ball. They know how to think the game. They know where to be. You don't see many glaring mistakes, do you, hey? So that's what I'm saying. Moving along, I want to look at now League Two's top scorers, Wrexham's goal scorers all the way through, and also looking at the games coming up this weekend. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's take a look at League Two top scorers of the day so far after 7 games. Jake Young, Swindon Town, going like a man possessed. 9 goals so far. Will Evans tracking him as fast as he can from Newport County on 7. And then we've got 3 guys with 6 goals. Davis, Kyler Dunn, Mansfield Town, Elliot Lee, Wrexham, and James Tilley, AFC Wimbledon. Dan Kemp all on his lonesome with 5 goals from Swindon Town. And then you've got 5 guys on 4 goals. Lou Barry, Stockport County, Abu Isa, Grimsby Town, Mohammed Isa, Milton Keynes Dons, Macaulay Langstaff, Notts County. We all remember Macaulay Langstaff, don't we, guys? And then Joseph Taylor, Colchester United. Now, let's take a look at the Wrexham League Two top scorers or hotshots so far this season. Elliot Lee sitting on top, 6 goals. Just spare a thought. Where would we be if Elliot Lee hadn't have banged in 6 goals? Where would we be? Because we've only had one striker per se, Ollie Palmer, score, and that's 1 goal so far. But you've got to say, Elliot Lee, 6 goals. Where would we be without Elliot? He's been amazing. Let's keep it going. If he carries on, I see he gets close to 20 goals this season. That would be absolutely amazing if he does. In second place, 2 guys on 2 goals. James Jones, Jake Bickerstaff on 2, adding in beautifully. And then we got a whole host of guys on 1 goal. Will Boyle, Jacob Mendy, Jordan Davies, Anthony Ford, Ollie Palmer, Aaron Hayden, and obviously Luke Young, all on 1 goal. Now, let's take a look at the games coming off this weekend. Friday, big one coming in. Salford City taking on Notts County. Come on, Salford. At least get a point. At least take something off Notts County. It's got to happen. It would help us big time. Then we got AFC Wimbledon taking on Crew Alexandra. Accrington Stanley, Sutton United. Bradford City, Harrogate. Colchester United taking on Mansfield Town. Come on, Colchester. Someone's got to take points off Mansfield. Crawley Town taking on Tranmere Rovers. Looks like a good chance for Crawley to get more points. Forest Green Rovers taking on Doncaster Rovers. Should be a good affair for Forest Green Rovers. Gillingham on top. Hey, I tell you what. Come on, you Morecambe. Let's have it. Milton Keynes Dons taking on Stockport County. Newport County taking on Barrow. I think Newport County's got a good chance of a win there. Swindon Town taking on Walsall. And finally, the Red Dragons, Wrexham, taking on Grimsby Town in the very, very, very next game. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this game against Grimsby Town. It's been a while coming, but I can't wait for it to get here. I tell you what, it's literally on the doorstep, and it's going to be a fantastic game. Now, before I give you the prediction, let's have a look at some of the assist kings Wrexham this season. I'm going to go off the board here. Now, Jacob Mendy, 3 assists. Luke Young, 1 assist. Bryce Hosanna, 1. Ollie Palmer, 1. Elliot Lee, Sam Dorby, Thomas O'Connor, Ryan Barnett, and George Evans, all on 1. Jacob Mendy is the assist king right now. Looking about the clean sheets, and this is nice, when you get a guy coming in like Arthur Onkonkwo, who just joined from Arsenal, yeah? It's nice when they can get out there and get some time. Looking at the clean sheets, obviously Mark Howard, he's got 2 clean sheets, 1 in League Two and 1 in the EFL Cup. And Arthur Onkonkwo, who's with us recently, like I say, new signing, he's already got a clean sheet, which is always good for a keeper to get a clean sheet. It's great for the confidence. It really is. It means a hell of a lot. It's like getting a hat-trick, really, if you're a striker. But Arthur Onkonkwo, he's got 1. So both the keepers have both got clean sheets. Just thought you might want to know that as well. Now, on the prediction side of things, like I say, it's going to be another tough game. I mean, this is not going to be a gimme, but I'm sure the way the club is headed, the form that we're picking up, unbeaten in 6, you know what I'm saying? That's got to say something. That's got to resonate. I mean, consider that for just 1 second. Unbeaten in 6, got a game coming at home. We need to really get some points on the board by the end of the season because October's coming. 5 on the road, 2 at home. Yes, I know one of the games is an EFL Cup game in the group stage, but you've still got to get the wins. It doesn't matter what competition if it's points, does it? Or do you not want to be in that EFL Cup? Me, myself, I tell you what, I'm not a proponent of the EFL trophy. It's not what I'm looking to win. What I'm looking to win is the league games, League Two, and I'll sacrifice the cup games. Yes, the EFL Cup's gone, bang. If we go in and out of the FA Cup quickly, I won't be too sad because I think I want all energy and all momentum on the league. What do you think? Do you want a league run? Or would you sooner just have it quick route A to B, get out of League Two as fast as we possibly can? If we can do it through the playoffs, fantastic. But if we can do it automatic promotion, even better. So, like I say, lots to play for. But the points I want to play for are the points in League Two. I don't want to mess around in cup competitions or anything else that's going to waste energy or wasting time. I'm also, just as a side note, I'm really excited to see how Paulie Mullin's going to continue to improve as he's coming or making his comeback, basically. And I'm really, really, really wanting to see Stephen Fletcher do something as well. So, you know, signings have come in. Ben Foster's recently left, so there's a few changes coming in, but we're going to have more changes over the next couple of years, especially if, not jinxing it, touching wood, but if we get into League One, there'll be more changes as well. I mean, we're not going to keep the same players forever. And every couple of years, you need to change up the squad. So it's going to be a quick change, quick turnaround each way as we move forward up the league. And I don't expect it to be any other way. If you want to be the best, you've got to bring in the best. And look at the acquisitions recently over the last couple of years. I don't think there's any bum deals that you can really speak about. And most guys do produce. I know some of us have a few thoughts on, I'm not going to say any names because it's not fair, but some of the guys do come in a little bit for speculation by the fans, and that's good because you're paying for their wages, but sometimes you can just hold off a bit. But anyway, I'm saying this much. Prediction on the day without messing around. It's going to be tough, but I'm really looking for a 2-1 home win. I don't know that we're going to hold them off the board, but I don't think they're going to hold us off the board either. And if you look at the games recently, loads of creativity. Sometimes we go into a bit of a shell, and you got to figure it out that those other teams are putting the pressure on in the channels, blocking the lanes. You know, they're also covering for their lives, just like we are. So at the end of the day, no game is a gimme. Every battle that is really out there is a game where Wrexham play. Everybody wants to beat Wrexham. Every game's like a cup final. The pressure is immense. And when you go away, you've recently seen throughout the league, this last couple of years especially, when Wrexham goes away, the away fans are enjoying the moment to see Wrexham get there, but also it's always a big crowd. Look how many times Wrexham goes on the ground, on the road to other same-size clubs per se, but on the day, if they had an average crowd of maybe 4,000, it goes up to 6,000 or 7,000. If it's like 7,000, it tops up to the 10,000. So it's not just Wrexham fans that are making that happen. There's also local fans from local clubs that want to see a game against Wrexham. So, like I say, the pressure is immense on the club and also on the players every single game. So this one, it's going to be tough. Grimsby can play. They really can. They're pretty stingy in defence. They're not going to give too much away. Pretty disciplined as well. They're not excitable. They're going to move up and down as a unit and not sporadically. They don't just play the long ball. They can play some pretty plays too. So it's going to be an interesting game. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be another 2-1. Write me down below what you think about the score. And I'll tell you what, I really am looking forward because I'll be honest with you, the international games, I'm not really a fan of international games because they kind of bore me. When Wrexham plays, it excites me every single second. You just can't get enough. And if you can't get excited when Wrexham play, I ask why you're watching them. Because to me, it is absolutely the best club to follow, watch. And I've known about Wrexham for literally close to 50 years. Yeah. And not too far away was I born from the club too. So, listen, get ready for the game. Now, let's know how to win a dragon or what we're going to give away. So, just a minute. Now, I said at the start of the show, do you want to win a dragon? I'm going to show you a big dragon. But before we get going, this little dragon here was the dragon that we used or we made during the video. It took 4 hours for that to get built or 3D printed, graphically 3D printed. So you'll see that video, but the one I want to show you is this one here. I want somebody to win this dragon right now. Just look at that beautiful dragon. I'll show you over his head. Okay. Now that was printed. That took 8 hours to print. If anybody wants that beautiful dragon, all you got to do is email right down there, and you can win that lovely dragon. Like I say, it was printed over 8 hours. It's tough as nails. It's about 18 inches long. And like I say, there's 4 more dragons that you're going to see in the next show that are going to be given away systematically one by one. But there you go. There's that dragon. What does he look like? Hey, you want that one? Email that. You get that. Lovely. Okay, so with the game coming up, like I say, it's going to be a lot happening on the weekend, lots happening on the field, but I think we got a 2-1 win coming. And like I say, if you want to win the dragon, all you got to do, hit that email, fifascup@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to send it anywhere in the world. And there's 4 more other dragons coming, and they're all very different, and they're all very cool. When I say different as well, they're all different colors too. So it's a good thing to be in the Ultimate Soccer Show family, because once in a while, I just throw stuff out there. Like Rob Collier, he won a Canada scarf and an Umbro, red Umbro football hat recently. So we always give stuff away. Why? Because while I was in the radio and TV industry big time at TSN, we used to get loads of stuff sent to us from sponsors. My main sponsor of all time has always been Umbro, and they've always sent me stuff. So I've always got loads of stuff to give away. I mean, I've got boxes of soccer balls, professional soccer balls, and all sorts of stuff. So looking for things to be given away, and eventually I'm going to be looking for a football team to give a complete bag of balls to. So it's like that. We had sponsors. I have sponsors. I give stuff away, and I like to give away, and I like to do nice things. So the dragon thing, it's all about doing something nice. That's the reason why I brought it to the show. And that big red dragon, I tell you what, you'd love to have that on your desk. And there's 4 more dragons coming in the next show too, plus the 3D graphical printing of how the dragons were made. And as a bonus, to shut it down, I've got to say, this is like, I nearly died when I saw this, but graphically, do you want to win the World Cup? That's also 3D graphically printed. Do you want to win the World Cup? This too can be sent to you. So, like I say, have a great day at the game. Tell me what you're thinking down below. Do you want to win a dragon? Do you want to win the World Cup? But most of all, like, subscribe, stick with us, have some fun, and pass it around, because you know what? It's all about having a good time, not a bad time, not a short time, but a long time. So, get with it. Grimsby's coming. Let's have it. I say 2-1. What are you saying? Cheers.